Alright, so I originally made this video probably about 8 hours ago, and my computer died on me, and then I had a ton of stuff to do, so probably not going to be as good as the first time. I made a video called Love, Color, Deity, or Color, Deity, Love. Uh, and you know what? I think the argument is completely hashed out in the comments between Jessica the Gamer, Zaragesha, Pandira's Box, and T Nightcrawler. Because it's okay. They go through my point exactly, and it's a point of perception of what is perceived. Now, it's kind of funny when I said, well, if there's a blind person, you can't describe to them what color is or what it looks like. Uh, and even with all the and these people, oh, but there's science who can prove color is real and not just with one. Okay, speaking to a blind person, describing them what the color purple or green looks like or how it's different. You can't how can you can't describe that to them. And even if you gave all the technical jargon, they would still look they I was going to say they'd still look at you like you're crazy. Uh, but I'm not going to say that. The yeah, it that's all that's my main point. It's perception. Uh, and I think Jessica the Gamer even said, "Well, I wouldn't say love isn't real, even though it's chemical reactions and it's perception. Okay, are we just this biological computer that became conscious, or was there consciousness before us? Uh, what is consciousness? Because I know I'm conscious, but I mean there is that whole solipsist argument. I don't know if anybody else has the same consciousness that I do because it's not transferable. I don't know if they feel. There may be common reactions, but hell, people could be laughing and they could be in terrible pain. You wouldn't, you know. Uh, well, see, the other video is much better. Didn't upload that, but my whole point is argued out completely in there, and I still don't know what the atheists are arguing about. I understand the point that initially, the way I phrased it was a weak argument. It's correct, but how do you convey what purple or red or a rainbow or the colors of something looks like to somebody who's been blind from birth? And like I said in the previous video, imagine half the population is blind. Then you have another faction that's colorblind. Then you have another faction that can only see in certain shades of colors. There's different cultures that have different ideas of color. Now, whether light is real, I I wasn't trying to say light isn't real or it's all perception, but it has to do with it. If you're blind, you're blind. That's why it says in the Gospels repeatedly, "Those who have ears to hear, let them hear." Now, as everybody knows out there, the Orthodox Church is against proselytizing. This might be one of the things, unless you're called, unless you hear the call. And I don't think that means the gospel being brought around the world. Could mean in a sense, but I think in a deeper sense it means you responding to it. Um, I think he even mentions that there are some that are born blind. I know he does the thing that he talks about being eunuchs, but yeah, it's. I mean, the argument is all right there in the comments, and I think when it comes down to is that the statement that I made winds up being supported. How am I going to tell it? How am I going to tell an atheist about God? Because it's like seeing colors somebody else doesn't. Now I bet there are blind people that claim, "Oh no, I know it, I can see." There are people who clearly don't have any connection with God but fear death and try to say, "No, I can really see them." Now, if there was a blind person who was lying, if there was a person who really saw colors, and if there was a person who uh, was blind, the blind listener wouldn't know whether uh, the blind person was telling the truth or the person who could actually see colors was telling the truth, or if they were one was just mimicking the other one. Kind of how spirituality and God is. Is anybody understanding this? I know I'm not phrasing this right at all. It doesn't sound like it's coming out right at all. But again, that's the whole point of that was the point of my video. Sorry for this being so incoherent. It's been a very long day, but peace to you out there, and I appreciate everybody's comments.